Julius Caesar, a prominent fixture in Roman history and a remarkable journey towards greatness, which began in his early years. During this period, he was born into a prestigious Roman family and grew up amidst a turbulent political climate and military conquest. These experiences laid the foundation for his eventual rise to power. Gaius Julius Caesar was born on July 12th or 13th in 100 BCE. He was born in the renowned Julii family, who claimed to be the descendants from the legendary Trojan prince Aeneas and the goddess Venus herself. His father was a well-regarded senator and governor. Meanwhile, his mother, Aurelia Cotta, came from another distinguished Roman family. Young Caesar grew up in the center of Rome, surrounded by luxury and prestige and the ever-present threat of political ambition and intrigue. As a child, Caesar received a comprehensive education appropriate for noble status. The best tutors in Rome taught him literature, rhetoric, and philosophy, which helped him develop a sharp intellect and an excellent public speaking skill, essential for his political career. However, not only his education, but also the tumultuous events in the Roman Republic contributed to Caesar's perspective on life. Caesar came of age during a profound upheaval in Roman society. The reforms of Gaius Marius, which transformed the Roman legions and opened the doors of military service to the lower classes, sparked social and political tensions that would culminate in a civil war. Against this backdrop of unrest, Caesar witnessed firsthand the struggles of power and the shifting alliances that would define his rise to prominence. Before we go any further, I should describe the political environment at the time. The political climate surrounding the early years of Julius Caesar's life was marked by turbulence, intrigue, and the gradual erosion of the Roman Republic's traditional institutions. Born into a time of upheaval and transition, Caesar came of age amidst the clash of competing factions, the rise of ambitious leaders, and the ever-present specter of civil unrest. To understand Caesar's ascent to power, one must first examine the complex political dynamics that shaped the world in which he lived. In the centuries preceding Caesar's death, Rome had evolved from a small city-state into a vast Mediterranean empire. The Roman Republic, founded on principles of citizen participation and checks of executive power, had endured for centuries, governed by a complex system of magistrates, assemblies, and a senate composed of the Roman elite. However, by the 1st century BCE, the Republic showed signs of strain. The struggle of power among Rome's ruling elite was at the heart of Caesar's early political turmoil. Two primary factions emerged: the Optimates, representing the traditional aristocracy and conservative values, and the popular, advocating for the interest of the ordinary people and seeking to challenge the entrenched privileges of the elite. The seeds of political discord were sown in the 2nd century BCE with the reforms of the Gracchi brothers, Tiberius and Gaius, seeking to address social inequality and land redistribution. The Gracchi brothers proposed a series of populist measures that met fierce resistance from the Senate. Both brothers ultimately met violent ends, victims of the factional strife that would soon come to define Roman politics. The power vacuum left by the fall of the Gracchi was filled by ambitious generals such as Gaius Marius and Lucius Cornelius Sulla. Marius, a populist general who rose to prominence during the Jugurthine War, reformed the Roman army and cultivated a loyal following among the ordinary soldiers. Sulla, a conservative patrician, countered with his bid for power, sparking a bitter struggle for the Republic. The tensions between Marius and Sulla culminated in a social war, Between 91 and 88 BCE, a conflict between Rome and its Italian allies over citizenship rights. The war ended with extending Roman citizenship to all free inhabitants of Italy, a concession that further undermined the traditional power structures of the Republic. In the aftermath, Marius enacted sweeping military reforms that allowed landless citizens to enlist in the legions, solidifying his support among the urban and rural poor. Julius Caesar grew up in a politically charged environment, witnessing the gradual decline of republican values and the increased conflict between rival factions. Caesar began his journey for power in this tumultuous political atmosphere, skillfully navigating the treacherous waters of Roman politics with ambition and cunning. However, despite his rise to prominence, the divisions and tensions that existed in his early years would ultimately contribute to the downfall of the Republic and the emergence of the Roman Empire. At the age of 17, Caesar lost his father, thrusting him into the responsibilities of manhood and leadership at an early age. Eager to make his mark on the world, he embarked on a military career, serving with distinction in various campaigns across the Roman provinces. During his time in the military, Caesar honed his skills as a commander and strategist, earning a reputation for courage and cunning on the battlefield. Upon returning to Rome, Caesar quickly ascended the ranks of Roman politics, leveraging his family connections and military achievements to win elections in various offices. His early alliances with influential figures such as Pompey the Great and Marcus Licinius Crassus further bolstered his political fortunes, propelling him into the inner circles of Roman power. In the crucible of his early years, Julius Caesar emerged as a formidable force in Roman society, driven by ambition, intellect, and unshakable belief in his destiny. From his privileged upbringing to his formative experiences on the battlefield and political arena, every step of Caesar's journey foreshadowed the remarkable feats and fateful decisions defining his legacy as one of history's most outstanding leaders. In the annals of history, Julius Caesar looms large, casting a shadow stretching centuries. In the mid-1st century BCE, Julius Caesar embarked on one of the most ambitious military campaigns in history, the conquest of the Gaul. From 58 to 50 BCE, this epic undertaking would solidify Caesar's reputation as a brilliant commander and lay the groundwork for his eventual rise to power in Rome. Through strategic brilliance, tactical innovation, and sheer determination, Caesar transformed the landscape of ancient Gaul forever and altered the course of Roman history. Gaul, encompassing modern-day France, Belgium, Switzerland, and parts of Italy, Germany, and the Netherlands, was a rich and fertile land inhabited by numerous Celtic tribes. In 58 BCE, Caesar, then serving as proconsul of the Cisalpine Gaul, saw an opportunity to expand Roman influence and secure valuable resources for the Republic. Thus, he launched his first campaign into Gaul, beginning a long and bloody conflict. Caesar's conquest of Gaul, now known as the Gallic Wars, can be divided into different phases, each with its challenges, victories, and setbacks. The campaign began with clashes against the Helvetii and Suebi tribes. Throughout the campaign, Caesar's military strategy was swift and fierce. The subjugation of the Helvetii, 58 BCE. Caesar's first significant engagement in Gaul came against the Helvetii, a Celtic tribe seeking to migrate to western Gaul. Sensing the threat of Roman interest, Caesar swiftly blocked their advance, defeating them decisively at the Battle of Bibracte. With the Helvetii subdued, Caesar turned his attention to other Gallic tribes, solidifying Roman control over the region. The conquest of Belgae, 57 BCE. The following year, Caesar faced a formidable challenge in the form of the Belgae Confederation, a coalition of Gallic tribes united in their resistance to Roman rule. Undeterred, Caesar launched a series of lightning strikes against the Belgae, culminating in the decisive battle at Sabis, modern-day Sambre River, where he emerged victorious despite being heavily outnumbered. The defeat of the Belgae further extended Roman dominion over Gaul. The campaign against the Germanic tribes, 55 BCE. With Gaul largely pacified, Caesar turned his attention to the Germanic tribes across the Rhine, who he viewed as potential threats to Roman security. Crossing the river in a daring military maneuver, Caesar launched a punitive expedition into Germania, striking fear into the hearts of the barbarian tribes and reinforcing Roman rule over the region. The Revolt of Vercingetorix, 52 BCE. The most significant challenge to Caesar's authority in Gaul came in 52 BCE, with the outbreak of a massive revolt led by Vercingetorix, chieftain of the Arverni tribe. Rallying numerous Gallic tribes to his cause, Vercingetorix employed guerrilla tactics and scorched earth strategies that harassed Roman supply lines and fortifications. Despite fierce resistance, Caesar eventually cornered Vercingetorix at the fortified city of Alesia. The Siege of Alesia, 52 BCE. The Siege of Alesia was one of Caesar's most significant military achievements. He was confronted with a combined force of tens of thousands of Gauls. To overcome this challenge, Caesar devised a daring strategy to besiege the city while simultaneously repelling reinforcements from outside. He accomplished this by constructing a series of elaborate fortifications known as circumvallation and contravallation, effectively trapping Vercingetorix and his forces within the walls. After grueling several week sieges, Vercingetorix surrendered, marking the end of organized resistance to the Roman rule in Gaul. Julius Caesar's conquest of Gaul was a testament of his strategic genius, military prowess, and unwavering determination. Through bold maneuvers, decisive battles, and political savvy, Caesar transformed a vast and disparate land into a cohesive province for the Roman Republic. Yet the conquest of Gaul would only be the beginning of Caesar's remarkable career, setting the stage for his eventual rise to power and the tumultuous events that would follow in Rome. The year 49 BCE marked a pivotal moment in Julius Caesar's life as the Roman Republic teetered on the brink of civil war. Faced with political intrigue, betrayal, and the specter of rebellion, Caesar navigated the tumultuous events of this fateful year with characteristic determination and cunning. From the crossing of the Rubicon to the consolidation of power in Rome and beyond, Caesar's action during this period would shape the course of Roman history for generations to come. The year began with the dramatic confrontation between Caesar and his political adversaries in the Roman Senate. Faced with demands to disband his legions and return to Rome as a private citizen, Caesar found himself at a crossroads. With the Rubicon River marking the boundary between his province of the Cispaline Gaul and the Roman heartland, Caesar famously declared,
"The die is cast,"
and crossed the Rubicon with his loyal troops, thereby defying the Senate and sparking civil war. Caesar's bold move plunged Rome into chaos, igniting a bitter conflict between his forces and those of the erstwhile ally, Pompey the Great. The ensuing civil war fought across the length and breadth of the Roman world. It saw Caesar's legions clash with Pompey's armies in a series of epic battles and campaigns. From the decisive victory at Pharsalus to the pursuit of Pompey across the eastern Mediterranean, Caesar demonstrated his military genius and strategic acumen time and time again, ultimately emerging victorious over his rival. With Pompey defeated and Rome firmly in his grasp, Caesar set about consolidating his power and implementing sweeping reforms. He was appointed as Dictator Perpetuo, or Dictator in Perpetuity, granting him unprecedented authority over the affairs of the Republic. Caesar enacted far-reaching reforms to address social inequality, political corruption, and economic stagnation, earning him admirers and detractors among the Roman elite. Successes and challenges marked the years following Caesar's triumph in the Civil War. He undertook several ambitious campaigns of conquest in Egypt, Asia Minor, and North Africa, which led to the expansion of the borders of the Roman Empire and cemented his reputation as a military conqueror. However, even as Caesar reveled in the glory of his victories, he encountered growing opposition from factions within the Senate and the Roman population, who viewed his autocratic rule with suspicion. The year 44 BCE would be Caesar's last, as simmering resentment and political intrigue finally boiled over into an open rebellion. On the fateful day of March 15th, known to history as the Ides of March, Caesar was assassinated by a group of disgruntled senators led by Marcus Brutus and Gaius Cassius. The assassination sent shockwaves through the Roman world, plunging the Republic into turmoil and setting the stage for the rise of Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, as the first emperor of Rome. With Caesar's death, Rome once again descended into chaos. The Republic he had fought to preserve lay shattered, giving way to a new era of autocracy and tyranny. Yet despite his ignominious demise, Caesar's legacy endured. His name became synonymous with power and ambition, and his deeds were immortalized in the annals of history. The Roman Empire emerged from the ruins of the Republic. Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir, later known as Augustus, became the first emperor of Rome after ascending to the throne. While the emperors rose and fell, the legend of Julius Caesar continued to persist, serving as a testament to the enduring strength of one man's ambition and the unstoppable progress of destiny. Julius Caesar's story is not just about him, but also about his time. His rise and fall, marked by ambition, betrayal, and destiny, serves as a warning for all who want to be in power. As Caesar learned in the Game of Thrones, even the most powerful rulers are mortal, and no empire can last forever, 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 forever. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. This was a fun little video to make. It is one of my passions to jump into history, and especially looking at it through the grim reality that it was. Our Dark History is a series I hope to bring back in a more regular rotation, but I can't make any promises. If you enjoyed this video, please definitely be sure to give it a like, as it will help this video perform better, and that's going to help me be able to make more of them. If you enjoyed this video the extra mile, be sure to comment down below, letting me know your opinions about Julius Caesar, and if there's anything I missed that you think I should have put in the video. I'd love to know down below. Maybe we can do a more in-depth look at the rise and fall of the Roman Empire as a whole. There are a lot of players in that story, and obviously a lot of history to go over. Would be a lot of fun, and I would love to do it. If you're new to the swamp, why not join us? Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, as I upload new episodes almost every single day, and all things natural and supernatural. If you're on the go, but don't have YouTube Premium, but still want to download and listen to your favorite Swamp Dweller scary stories no matter where you are, you can download them absolutely free from Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and pretty much everywhere else you find your favorite podcast online. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Swamp the way you do. I know this video might be a little different, might not get as many views as normal, but I really appreciate you guys supporting regardless. I'll see you all soon with another creepy episode.